Hey, Samuel, play my theme music.
I am playing the theme music right now because it's episode 110 of the Until Next Week podcast. And before I say anything else, the Baja Blast is back, and also Joshua Schmitz. I'm saying your name right now so you don't feel left out. This past week, he sent me a message. He's like, that was the first episode in a while I was not brought up. And I'm like, I'm sorry for this pain we put you through. But Joshua Schmitz, you are now back on the Until Next Week podcast. And if you make us more clips, then you'll be mentioned more again. But we won't get into that.
You were saying right before this that you want to burn his house down.
I say wild things sometimes before the podcast.
You said you've done it before.
Joshua, I'm sorry. I am sorry about the home, but at least you're back on the pod in a way. So we got a good one in for you today. Lots of wild stuff is happening. Lindsay had her baby.
Whoa.
And sorry. And I don't know. You'll have to listen to the rest of the podcast episode. So yeah, here it is. Sorry.
Here we are, another episode
of the Until Next Week podcast.
Fresh out the oven.
Fresh out the oven, just like Lindsay's baby. Am I right?
Whoa. Wait, I have a quick question of the Samuel for you.
Oh, question of the Samuel. It flows so well, just like question of the Dane.
I heard this on TikTok.
Okay, shout out TikTok.
Yeah, shout out TikTok. Shout out that it didn't get banned. Shout out to creativity. Shout out to U.S. Enterprises.
Yes.
So there are 1,000 grapes. For every grape that you eat, it's $50,000, but one of the grapes is poisonous and will kill you. How many grapes do you eat?
Sounds like a grape of wrath, if you ask me.
Grapes of wrath.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one of them, though. Oh, snap.
True.
And you get 50,000 per grape?
Yeah.
And there's just no way to know.
Yeah, you don't know which one's which.
And you said you die?
Yeah, you'll die for sure.
Can
if you eat
not
the
just be
grape.
like a bad tummy ache for a little bit?
No, because you'd eat all the grapes then.
1 in 1,000. Dang. Oh.
I think I have my number.
And it's like right here, right now, you bring them out?
Yeah, like I bring them out, you got to eat them, and you don't know which one's the poisonous one.
I think I would go probably $9.97.
I would eat. You'd eat all but 3? That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Yep, it's definitely one of those 3.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the odds of them, it's going to be the end.
The odds of you eating that poisonous grape is astronomical. I have no idea.
It's 1 in 1,000.
Yeah, well,
it's a 0.01% chance.
Exactly. But then each grape
0.1% chance. That's what it is.
Right. But each grape you eat increases the odds of you picking the poisonous grape next time.
Yeah, but still, it's still 0.1% chance at the beginning. And at the midway mark, it would be 1 in 500, which is still like
still really low.
Yeah.
That's a good point. It's now that you put it that way.
0.05% chance, I think.
I was going to say...
I'm going wrong with this. That's not right.
I was going to say 200 grapes, and then I would get $10 million.
200 grapes is wild. That means you have a 1 in 5 chance.
Yeah. That's pretty low.
That is...
I had a 1 in 5 chance of dying.
That's crazy.
And I
mean, if you're going to do it, go $9.97. You don't just stop at 200 then.
No, I'll do 200, set up my financial dreams, buy me a truck.
Let's be honest, though. If you went 200, you'd be like, I can do one more.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you'd get in your head hardcore.
For sure, because you keep being like, well, I didn't die.
You're at $9.99. I mean,
$9.99.
I mean, maybe
that one's definitely the poisonous.
I mean, maybe it was all a bluff, and it could be like a Mr. Beast challenge, it's a mind game. And if you eat this, then you get a bonus 10 million in an island. So,
speaking of mind games,
yes,
you went to the dentist this week.
I did go to the dentist. Can't you see my beautiful teeth?
My shiny teeth and me, shiny teeth.
I've been listening to that song lately.
Really?
It's so good. I legitimately listened like once or twice in the past 2 weeks.
That's crazy.
It's a good song.
Shout out to Chip Skylark.
Man. Yeah, went to the dentist. I don't understand why some people don't like the dentist.
I don't like the dentist.
Well, you haven't been in years. Isn't that right? Because you're looking for a dentist and you're considering going to my dentist.
I'm probably not going to go.
Like at all?
Well,
even though it's covered?
Here's the thing. So I would have to front the cash in order to go, and then I get reimbursed.
But they'll reimburse you.
I know, but I don't want to front the cash just to go to a hater.
But I mean, they might like your teeth because I went.
How much is a checkup?
I don't know because it gets paid for. Probably it would be, I don't know, probably $200 or less.
$200?
That's my guess.
I'm not going.
I don't know.
I'm
It's
not
a
going.
guess. It's
I'm
a
not
guess.
going. Can't make me.
But like when I go, they aren't that big of a hater because they're like, there's a little bit of plaque right behind like your bottom front teeth. And I'm like, is there anything I can even really do about that? And they're like, not really. It's by the salivary glands. So it gets a lot of buildup. And compared to most of the people I see, you're doing pretty well. And I'm like, okay.
You know what they'd say to me?
Go off.
You know what
Tell me
say?
some more stuff about my teeth.
Never mind. You know what they'd say to me? They'd say something to the tune of, "We need to amputate your jaw, or you're gonna die in the next 30 seconds." And I'd be like, sounds about right.
And so it's better that you just don't know.
Yeah, I'd rather die
than get. Oh man,
I'm not going to any doctors ever again. I'm tired of them.
This is what happened the first time.
I know.
You kept putting it off.
I'm tired of them.
Dang it!
And I'm not going.
Dang it! We need you for the podcast.
It's like what I told one of my friends. Let me die.
You're crazy.
They're like, no, you need to go on a walk. No.
Something else that's nice about the dentist is I typically try to go like at 8 a.m. So I get to watch the Today Show, get a nice.
Sounds terrible.
I mean, but I get a good like sense of the news. Like I found out that Dolly Parton is going to have a Broadway show coming out, and I would not have known that as quickly as I did if I didn't go to the dentist.
You know what I do at Christmas time with my family?
You get them good presents, but they don't do anything in return because your brother Cole doesn't like to follow the rules.
Cole is the worst.
Yeah.
However, no, we'll wake up and, we all say the night and then we're there like the next couple of days or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll wake up and it'll be early-ish morning, like 8:30 or whatever. And my step sister's husband, Nathan, will be downstairs. He'll be watching, he'll be sitting there and I'll be like, scrolling on my phone, and he'll be like, "Dan, you want to put the news on?" And we both know what that means. It means put SportsCenter on.
I like that.
Because I'm like, I don't care about the news. Put the real news on. I want to see what's happening.
They don't even really have SportsCenter anymore.
Yeah, it's just
like here's some guy. Here's Cam Newton in a crazy outfit talking about football.
Gosh, I can't stand Cam Newton.
He dresses crazy.
Yeah,
and I miss the old days. SportsCenter back in the day where they legitimately would show a part of every single baseball game was awesome.
That was
like
crazy.
You actually knew baseball was going on, but now they're like, baseball. Hey, here's where LeBron's going next, or here's what Tom Brady's doing, or here's Patrick Mahomes. That's it. Yeah. Or Aaron Rodgers, or they hate on Aaron Rodgers for whatever reason. That's all they talk about.
Somebody could have a perfect game and then it'll be the night before and they'll be like, well, LeBron only scored 4 points last night. So does that mean he's going to South Beach again?
Yeah. The golden age of SportsCenter was like 2006 to 2012.
Low key.
Somewhere in there was nice.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah.
I mean,
because that's when they would have like the little sidebar showing like a little clip.
And you
knew
it was coming up next.
Yeah, it was great. And then you have the top 10.
Yeah.
Like every
top 10.
hour. Yeah. And then on Fridays, you get the not top 10.
That's true.
Yeah.
You remember at the end of the episode, it was always the last 10 minutes. One of their last things they do was the top 10, the SC top 10.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And so you knew it was coming up. And then you'd see, oh, hockey's on. I better go to sleep. That's what I do every time.
I miss those days. That was prime TV. Like I enjoyed watching it then, and now I turn on SportsCenter and I'm just like, it's not good.
I would fall asleep to it every night.
That's like a good childhood right there.
I would set a 30-minute timer. Well, not every night. This was once we moved into my stepmom's house and I was like 15 years old. Yeah. And for Christmas, I just asked for a TV in my room with cable because I never had that. And so,
well, that's how you plug it in.
No.
I mean, you
with
need
the cable?
You have a cable to plug it in.
No, you're Cain and Abel. Cable.
No, I'm not Cain. I'm just Abel.
But low key.
To do everything and carry this podcast.
Dig it.
Yeah.
Fox Sports 1. Yeah. Has better programming than ESPN.
I like CNN Sports 1.
What? What else did you do this week? Dang it.
That was a dumb joke. So yeah, I got pumped up by the dentist. That was pretty nice. It's always good when like the main big dentist comes in to do the work and like check at the very end. And he legitimately looked at my mouth for 7 seconds. He's like, "You did good. See you in 6 months." I'm like, you have figured out this system.
No,
this
they're
is
gassing
perfect.
you up is what it is. They don't pump you up.
I know.
They gas you up.
They pumped up my tires. They gassed me up.
Yeah, they gas you up.
They changed my oil. That was pretty good as well.
Dude, I need oil.
Yeah. Besides that, I also was able to purchase some Savannah Bananas tickets. They are coming to Busch Stadium, I think, the beginning of April, and they have what could be the best ticketing system of anyone anywhere.
Really?
Because they run it themselves. They first put you in a lottery system and you get selected to potentially buy tickets. Ooh. And then from there, if you get selected, then you can buy tickets at a certain time and you can only buy a maximum of like 5 tickets or something like that. But then afterwards, you don't get the ticket sent to you. You do not get the ticket sent to you until 24 hours before game time. So that way, literally, it's nearly impossible for a reseller to do anything.
Just scalp them, yeah.
Yeah, so then it completely like cuts out all the scalpers and it's only people who really want to go to the game.
I'll be honest, I'd be sweating though. I'd be like, these better get here.
Yeah. But it seemed like a great system. Also, they have no fees. So legitimately, it was like, here's a $40 ticket, a $65 ticket or whatever. And that's literally what you pay. There's no fees, no extra taxes. Like it's a flat rate. And you know,
I hate taxes.
I know. Man. I know, but you know exactly what you're paying. So I got lucky. I got selected. I got put high enough in like the buying ticket process order. Us like group 5 of 9.
Yeah.
And I was able to get the tickets and I'm looking forward to it here in April.
I think I used to know somebody that played for the Savannah Bananas.
There's someone I think from Missouri State who plays for their rival, whatever team that is.
I don't know.
The Party Animals. Yeah, that's it. It's a Party Animals always plays or almost always plays the Savannah Bananas. And yeah, there's some
Party Animals.
Different people. It's just like those really good college players that aren't quite good enough for the major leagues.
Right.
But now they're bigger or more popular than a lot of major league guys.
That's true. Like Jonathan India.
Man, what a guy. For the Royals now.
For the Royals, yeah. Which that's a good move by them.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
But besides that, I also, this isn't really my update, but I heard you might have to do a punishment wheel.
Yeah. I don't know how you heard about that. Where'd you hear about that?
You posted it on your story.
That sounds right. And so for the youth ministry that we're running, we have something called our like weekend retreat. It's like weekend WKND.
You just ran out of letters.
No,
or you have a very bad at spelling intern.
We don't have interns this semester, but well, we kind of have. No, we don't have interns.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Keep going.
But so we have this wheel that we spin where if we get to a certain number of registrations, we can spin the wheel of doom, and then something bad happens to Dane and or Deshaun. Deshaun's my co-person.
Have you ever played Webkinz?
Yeah.
Do you remember the wheel of WoW?
No.
That was it was awesome. You could do it like once a day and get like a big prize. And
yeah, you'd get something. I don't remember what it was.
Went hard on Webkinz back in the day. I got so many pets. I had a crazy setup. I had like a 25 bedroom house.
Oh my goodness.
And then I forgot my login or got deleted or something. And like, I went so hard.
Webkinz was cool. Club Penguin was cool.
I did not do Club Penguin. I was a Webkinz guy.
I got kicked out of Club Penguin.
What did you say? You probably can't say it on here, actually.
I said curse words on there.
Oh, you're that guy.
And they kicked me out.
Yeah. Do you know what my username was like back in the day on most of my like Webkinz or other random accounts?
Slamity.
It was 321 Fat Man.
That's ridiculous.
For like everything. That's the homeschooler in me. One of the skinniest
Ooh.
guys, a swimmer, and my username for literally everything.
321 Fat Man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Same on Webkinz, 321 Fat Man.
Wow. Mine will probably just be my old college ID number now.
That's really exciting. Really exciting.
But no, it's the Wheel of Doom and some of the things that are on the Wheel of Doom, which we spun it once.
Go to the dentist.
No. I'm not doing it.
Get something amputated down low.
Well,
you've already lost.
Or all losing, really.
Yeah.
However, no, we spun it the first time, and Deshaun has to own a fish until our weekend, WKND. And then if the fish dies between now and then, he has to get up and give it a eulogy in a full suit and give it like a very serious one.
Just kill it now and... get it over with.
I had to do it last year, but he only has to own it for a month. I had to own it for 5 months.
You could have just killed it and just did the eulogy.
No, I kept it alive because all I do is feed it, and then I gave it away. And I have no... Kids still ask me if it's alive, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell you. But some of the other stuff that's on there is defend a conspiracy theory. I really want that one.
That's what you were saying in your story.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, is the moon fake? The world may... You might.
That is good.
Another one is you have to get up and give a 5-minute comedy sketch to the kids.
That wouldn't be too hard.
Well, it wouldn't be hard, but making the jokes appropriate would be hard. I've been thinking about it a little bit.
You just need to watch a lot of like If you want it super clean,
Yeah.
just go Tim Hawkins fully
Could.
because he's big in the church community because he has really clean jokes that aren't that funny, but you could make him a little edgier.
Well, what I would do is probably target their parents and be like, "Does anybody's parent do this?" And they're and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm Karen." And
Oh,
but another one I think is Dane dyes his hair black.
that would be rough.
But I'm not-
I don't think they would
I'm not
allow
doing that.
you to do that working in ministry.
I don't know. Well, one person, so the college ministry had a wheel of torture that they did.
That's
and
not good.
There's some of the things that happened to them. One dude had to wax his legs. That was crazy. Another dude bleached his hair. That was crazy.
Bleaching hair is worse than waxing legs.
Yes. Waxing legs is like, especially in winter, it's like, no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what he said.
Like it would hurt, but at the same time, it's kind of nice after.
Well, he said the anticipation was worse than the actually happening. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably true. One guy had to wear an adult diaper the entire day and he wasn't allowed to go to the bathroom.
I would just hold it.
That's what he did. He didn't drink any water the morning of or the night before, and then didn't drink water all day.
Yeah.
And then he went home and because he had to do a full work day. So he got off work and just went home and took it off. And I was like,
the crazy thing
lame.
is he started making that a normal part of his routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of nice.
I played basketball with him this morning.
Nice. Was that part of the punishment?
No.
He had to hang out with you?
No. No.
Okay. What else is happening to you this week, Dane?
Well, we'll go in reverse order. I applied to be a substitute teacher.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Get that big money.
I know. Well, shout out to Lindsay Reed for this recommendation, but we need to add what's called more funds to the Dane Bees Better Needs
That's
Funds
pretty smart.
Foundation.
Plus more content because then you could have your own version of Youth of America.
Yeah, it would only be on my Friday off days. And Lindsay told me that I can make $100 for a half day or $200 for a full day.
And
I was like, shoot.
a lot of that is you could be working on like your own stuff.
That's what she said.
Depending on what grade you do,
Yeah.
you aren't necessarily expected to do a lesson. So you could legitimately get your lesson ready for like that Sunday.
That's what Lindsay said. She goes, you can just bring your work and just work there. And I was like, shoot, yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah.
All I got to do is wear a polo and khakis and make sure nobody dies. I do that for free all the time.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I know my younger brother did that for a bit.
Really?
Which is kind of wild. I think it's always kind of interesting when people who are like just out of college or like maybe even in college, they're substitute teaching. I'm like, you're barely older than some of them.
You're barely older than some of these people.
But you just don't let them know.
I'm scared.
How would they know?
How would they know? How would they know?
Yeah.
I'm scared I'm going to get one of the youth ministry kids in my class and I'll be like, oh boy.
At the same time, though, it could be kind of fun.
Well, I'm going to trick them, all these students. I'm going to be like, listen,
I'm Don Biesmeyer.
No.
I'm his twin.
My name is Mr. Dane. You guys don't get to know my last name because you're just going to call me Mr. B and then make fun of me. And then, no, so my name is Mr. Dane and you guys, I work for a church during the week and I get to tell people the greatest news they ever get to hear in their entire life. And if you want to know that greatest news, come up and ask me about it after you turn in your assignment. So that's how I'm going to trick them. Technically, that's legal. I can do that.
Are you allowed to?
Only if I don't push it on them, like stand up there and say, well, I was supposed to tell you this, but I'm just going to tell you what the Bible
I feel like you
said.
could say like, yeah, I work like in maybe youth ministry or something.
I could say that.
And if you want to hear about it, you can ask me personally.
Yeah. If a kid asks me about it, I'm allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
Basically.
To him directly.
Or her.
Or her.
Or her.
We don't know.
Or furry.
No.
Which I don't know what gender. I guess it is a him and her at that point, but
gosh.
I don't know.
Okay, so what else did you do this week?
So after that, here it is. Actually, no, yeah, after that, I created my own personal budget for the first time ever in my entire life.
Spend all your money.
I have the Dave Ramsey app.
Ooh.
The Every Dollar app.
Live like nobody else so that you can live and give like nobody else.
Yeah, it tracks every
dollar. Did you
dollar.
cut up all your credit cards?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because I still need to pay them off.
That's valid. That's valid.
And if I'm paying all of my money towards paying them off, then I need to be able to use some of that money. It's one of those things. And I'm considering
calling into his radio talk show so we get more content.
That
would be good. That would be good. You're like, hey, I was about to call him Dane.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
I have cancer.
My name's Dane. I lost one of my cojones.
One of my boys.
And I'm in youth ministry. I also help substitute teach. And how can I buy a new Ferrari? I need a girlfriend, and that's what I'm thinking is the way to get it now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And
what would you recommend, Dave?
no, what I need to do,
Sports gambling.
low-key.
Okay, you keep going. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
What I need to do is, consolidate my debt. Basically, somebody pays it all for me. I cut up the credit cards and I just make payments to them every month. That way I'm not accruing interest.
That could be interesting. But yeah, I mean,
but it's just finding somebody that would want to do that.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
There's ways.
Yeah, there's ways. So I created a budget.
Especially if it's a lower interest rate, if you have to go that route.
Yeah. Yeah. Even like still, like I would pay them like $1,000 over what I owe and it would probably still come out ahead. Mm-hmm. And I would rather give them the money than the greedy credit card people.
Yeah. So how much do you want to pay me, Dane?
Never monies.
Okay.
No. Then Shepard's here. Shepard Thomas Rahid.
We talked about him last week.
I know, but Lindsay,
you did it. Way to go. What color was he?
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
Lindsay was in labor for 25 hours.
So she got about a marathon in.
Kinda. She almost went a mile an hour.
You killed it. Way to go. Well, you didn't kill it. He's alive.
Whoa. But don't kill him, Samuel.
And you keep going. Sorry.
Well, and then yesterday she called me for the first time on the phone. She was texting me and she's like, it's exhausting. It's hard, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I know. That's why I don't have one. Mm-hmm. And then
that's why you don't have one.
That's why I don't have one. And then after that, I heard him cry in the background. I was like, whoa, he's there. That's crazy.
Shepard or Daniel?
Yes.
Yes, both.
It could be either. Like father, like son. And then she FaceTimed me today and I got to see his face and stuff. And then he kept looking at the camera and I kept screaming.
I'm curious. Will we get some Youth of America Baby Edition? Will that be an option?
That's up to her.
I want some Youth of America Baby Edition as well.
Yeah, what is Shepard doing now? Like, is he walking? Is he talking? Is he preaching?
Want Shepard's first words to be on the podcast. So whenever he might say something, make sure you're recording a voice memo to the @Until Next Week podcast that you'll send to us on Instagram. So that way we can let his first word be known to everyone.
It'll be...
as long as it's not explicit.
Should we take bets on what it's going to be right now?
Oh, I mean, most likely it'll just be like, go Pack Go. But if it's not that, it'll probably be like mine. Or no. No is a good one. That's going to be my guess. No.
Okay.
Dane.
No. I'm going to guess communism.
Adolf.
You should have named me Adolf, Mom.
What a voice.
That's his name. That was him actually saying
Dane.
it. Whoa. No.
Wow.
Let me go stay with Uncle Dane. He's the cool one. That's true.
I mean, I think mine's probably the better guess, but I don't know. Vegas might have your odds better.
Well, maybe Shepard ends up playing sports one day, and maybe we end up talking about him in our next segment.
Well, I mean, that could be an option for sure, but what kind of sport would he maybe play? Because I hope it's not soccer. Yes, we're back with another episode of Sports Talk on the Until Next Week podcast, episode 110. The Super Bowl is coming up. The refs are rigging everything, and I don't really know what I'm going to do with my life.
As long as it's not soccer.
Yeah. So we're back, and Dalton Kincaid broke the hearts of Americans.
Many Americans.
Yeah, the Bills and the Chiefs tried to play a game, and the refs just had to get involved a little too much. And while that was the case, the Bills did have a chance to still win this game. They were coming at Josh Allen with his last opportunity to hopefully get a first down and tie the game, and he just yeeted the ball down the field, and you thought it was just kind of a throwaway. There was no hope, no chance, and somehow out of the craziness that is sports, this ball just missed the hands of the tight end of the Bills.
Hit him in the arms.
Yes, he dove and hit him in the arms. It looked like after the replay that he probably should have made a play there.
It was catchable.
And if he would have caught it, they would have been in field goal range.
Man.
It would have been first down. At the very least, they likely would have tied the game, if not went ahead with a touchdown. But no, he did not make the play. The refs had a lot of questionable calls, and the Chiefs are in another Super Bowl.
Well, and this is worst case scenario again for somebody named Dane, because that my number 1 most hated team against my number 2 most hated team playing each other for the Super Bowl.
I'm sorry.
One of them has to win. And normally I would tell you I'll give you what happened last time. So when the Chiefs and Eagles met the first time, I said, I don't know who to root for. I really hate both these teams. And I was like, I'm going to root for the refs. That's what I'm going to do. And in the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl, these dang Chiefs fans in this state forced me to root against them and for the Eagles. And I hate the Eagles. I hate the whole city of Philadelphia, but not as much as I hate all these Chiefs fans that I live with here in Missouri. And I don't remember where I talk about this in my Grinding My Gears segment. Yeah. So...
yeah, it's hard to watch. And like, I see like different stats where they're like, really, the Chiefs don't get as many calls as what you think. They are like one of the lower ones in like roughing the passer penalties and everything else. But
it's the most timely calls ever.
And then they're like, you see this more because they're on national TV more, which there is an argument for that. But at the same time, it seems that every call that could be kind of a coin flip basically went the Chiefs' way. And like you said, with the spotting where the ball was, that we think about was near the end of the game. It was, I think, second down, and the Bills guy caught it. He dove. It looked like he might have got a first down, and nope, they said he was down like a few yards ahead of the line. They showed a replay later on, and it's like, no, he definitely got a first down, or it would have been first or third in inches. But give him a questionable placement, and then they went with Josh Allen, who tried to run the ball, and at first look, it seemed like he might have got a first down, but they're like, no, he didn't. And then again, they showed the replays, and they're like, it kind of looks like he got it, but because they called it on the field one way, it is very difficult to overturn. And then the Chiefs just kept doing Chiefs things. They scored when they needed the score. They got a little bit of help, and they won.
That ref that made the spot, guess where his hometown is and guess where his house is?
Probably Kansas City. And he lives with Andy Reid.
No, he does live in Kansas City. I heard that somebody did that investigation after that. And apparently he's a Ravens fan. So he's like, I can't let the Bills beat us after...
But at the same time, they let the Chiefs beat the Ravens on the other first game of the year, where it looked like the Ravens should have won. The guy did not wear white cleats, and then he stepped out.
I wonder if the Ravens would have won. But I break down later what the I break down later what the Eagles need to do in order to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah. So we can about get there. The only other things I really have to say is John Boy Media, really good YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
They broke down some of these calls that were questionable. Another one I don't think they broke down, but I thought was interesting was that one hand, quote unquote, catch they gave to the Chiefs, where the Bills guy had two hands on the ball. The Chiefs guy had one hand. They hit the ground.
Yeah, were they Xavier? Were they on the
like 4? The ball was hitting the ground and you only had one hand on it, and they called it a catch for the Chiefs. And like there was a penalty there, but it still gave them, I think, a few extra yards than they would have got.
20 extra yards.
No, I mean the penalty was like a 15-yard penalty.
It was defensive holding, so
it would have been a first down either way.
Yeah,
but I don't know how many yards difference it would have been. But then they scored pretty quickly after that, and I don't know if they necessarily would have got a touchdown. So that was bad, but who cares? Everybody knows there's a lot of questionable calls. The only other sports talk thing I really had was this past week. I wasn't able to go to it, but my grandpa, he played basketball at Mizzou back in like the 60s, which is kind of crazy. He also, if he wouldn't have got injured, he would have likely played in the NBA, which if he would have done that, I probably would not be here right now.
Because you'd have generational wealth.
Well, I mean, a lot of things just probably wouldn't have happened, and my mom probably wouldn't have got married to my dad and other stuff there.
Whoa.
Just because of how that works. But anyways, he was in that big, back in like 1961, there was a Mizzou versus Kansas game where there was a giant fight, giant brawl.
Yeah.
He was like in the middle of that, which is kind of crazy. If you watch the clip online, you can see him. But that same game, I didn't realize this, Jack Buck was one of the announcers for that game because it was like live streamed on TV, and I saw a clip of him interviewing my grandpa briefly, who's in college at the point, and I'm like, this is kind of cool. My grandpa got interviewed by Jack Buck in one of the most historic college basketball games of like the 60s or potentially of all time for like Mizzou, Kansas. But thought that was kind of interesting. It was good to watch. And also they had like an alumni, alumni game for Mizzou this past week. And he went to that, and they like honored the alumni who played. And he, the past like year or two, he's been wearing the shirt that just shows a Kansas like KU symbol, and it has a giant like X through it.
Yeah,
basically saying like I hate Kansas, and
as you should. I hate Kansas still too.
The fans love it. So, yeah.
Kansas is one of those states that I took out of the union last week. If you remember,
so many states that should be gone. Kansas is one of them.
Kansas and Oklahoma, teams I don't like.
Yeah,
but Oklahoma for real.
But speaking of Oklahoma, I heard they have a college there with some Cowboys, and it seems like you have something to talk about regarding the Cowboys as well.
For my sports talk, I'm talking about how the Cowboys can regain relevance again.
So, oh, man.
Welcome back, everybody.
Shout out OSU.
Or Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
Dallas
okay,
Cowboys, yeah.
Okay.
So we hired our offensive coordinator yesterday. His name is Clayton something. I can't remember, but he was the Cardinals offensive line coach. Right before this.
Baseball?
Yes, I wish.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, he was the Arizona Cardinals offensive line coach, and they were third in the league in rushing.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, like, I don't know. Like, he's at least like a wild card. Like, maybe he'll do okay.
Yeah.
I hope he establishes a run game in Dallas that we desperately need, because look at when Dak and the team was at its best is when we had a great run game, play action pass, and it was great. Dang it.
I just had a quick thought that you reminded me of. Did you see also in the game last week, the Eagles had more rushing touchdowns than the Cowboys had all year combined?
Listen.
The Cowboys had 6 rushing touchdowns all year. And in that game, the Eagles had 7 rushing touchdowns.
Sure did. The Eagles swatted.
That's crazy.
That's
so crazy.
The Eagles told the Commanders to get the belt, and then they spanked him. It was crazy.
Over and over. And they still are spanking him to this day.
Sorry, Alvaro.
I got to make that a clip.
Ew.
Sorry. But keep going.
So the way the Cowboys regain relevance is going into the draft. We have the 12th pick, and then we have second round pick all the way down.
Yeah.
We don't have a 4th round pick again because Jerry's an idiot. And we traded it for Jonathan Mingo, who didn't even end up playing for us this year.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Should have got Manti Te'o.
Manti Te'o would have been better. But what the Cowboys need to do with the first pick is, as much as I love Ashton Jeanty and think he's going to be great, I'm like, this is a running back class that's so deep this year. It's like there's so many good running backs, or like quality running backs in the draft. And so I don't think they should take a running back or Ashton Jeanty there with the 12th pick. Like, he'd be awesome, but I don't know that we're really ready for that.
Yeah.
So I think what we should do is we should either take an offensive lineman, which we might be able to take somebody, I can't remember his name, maybe a dude out of Oregon.
Some big dude, I'm sure.
Some big dude, yeah.
Some big, beefy man.
Or we'll take Mason Graham, defensive tackle out of Michigan, which isn't historically great, but we need run stuffers, and he's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
But we might take... we don't need a corner. We kind of need a corner, but we don't need a corner. But we need a wide receiver 2, but I don't think we need to draft a wide receiver 2. I think we need to sign a wide receiver 2. There was somebody that I looked up yesterday, and I thought that they would be perfect. And I was like, oh, gosh, I can't remember who it was. Hold on, everybody. Pause for a second.
We're to a quick commercial break with Samuel Sin. Yeah, Samuel Sin of the Until Next Week podcast. Have you ever been sweaty? Do you not like to exercise? When you do exercise, does it cause issues like sweating? Well, I want to recommend to you deodorant. Yes, deodorant can help with your sweatiness needs. If you don't want to use deodorant, you can just stop working out. One or the other will help. But that's all I really got here. Use the code Samuel14434 if you want 2 pickleball paddles.
And we're here. We're back.
Yep.
Okay, it's loading. And we scroll down to it, and wide receivers. Okay.
Samuel,
I got it.
14434 for 2 Friday pickleball paddles. Use that code to help me help you. Back to Dane.
Back to Dane. Dang it. So the top wide receiver options that are free agents, I think a reunion with Amari Cooper would be awesome for a wide receiver too.
Okay.
I think that would work. Chris Godwin would be amazing, but there's no way we're going to be able to afford him. I think he's going to go back to Tampa Bay. T. Higgins, he's going to go and be a number 1 somewhere, hopefully New England.
You reminded me of something.
What?
Devontae Adams posted a story, I believe yesterday, and he was in green and yellow sneakers. And then everybody's like, does it mean something? Does it mean that he might be going back to Green Bay?
No.
And that would be amazing. I feel like he's been that guy who doesn't get injured, and they could use that so much. And with the Jets just being so bad, it would make sense for them to potentially trade him away, get some of our young guns with something else, and it could help them and it could help us. Because the Jets aren't in a spot to compete. They likely won't have Rodgers this next year. I feel like they'll trade him. Just trade Rodgers, trade Devontae.
He might be a free agent.
No, I think he's got another year.
He's got another year.
But I think they'll trade him. I think he'll go somewhere else, and I think Devontae will be traded as well then, which means he's coming back home. We're winning the Super Bowl next year. Devontae's back, baby. Devontae's back.
If Aaron's there, they're not going to trade Devontae.
But I'm saying Aaron will be gone.
If he's gone,
Devontae will be gone. We're back.
Yeah, if Aaron leaves, I could see Devontae leaving. And the deal I think that you would get is you could get Devontae for a 4th-round pick if you just take his entire contract.
Yeah, or we give a better one of our wide receivers to them.
You don't even need to do that.
And then they cover some of the money.
I think they'll just want to shed the money.
But I'm saying I think they might cover some of the money if we give them a higher level wide receiver in return.
If you give a 4th and Dobbs for him,
I don't know.
That'd be interesting. I don't know.
Could be a Christian Watson situation.
No, Watson's going nowhere.
Okay. Well, that's all my sports talk. So if you have anything else, if not, we can get into our next segment.
And then the Cowboys draft a running back in the 2nd round, and then we get offensive lineman after that, and then we draft a quarterback in the 3rd or 5th round.
Okay.
Yeah, we need a quarterback. We need somebody that's like, oh, hey, Dak went down again, but we're developing this guy behind him, so he's going to get some starts. Like, who did I want? I wanted somebody. I can't remember who it was, but
there's options.
Yeah, there's so many options. Dylan Gabriel will be awesome out of Oregon. He had a really awesome season. He'll probably go in like the 3rd round or so.
Yeah.
I think Jackson Dart is rising up the board, the Ole Miss quarterback, he might be pretty good, but he'll go before then. He'll go in the 2nd round. So those are my ideas. And that is our sports talk segment.
And now it's time for another segment that we like to call Grinding Our Gears.
My joints are grinding.
All the time.
My knees are grinding.
And my knees are sweaty. My arms are weak. And the song goes something like that. And
you know what makes me mad?
Mom spaghetti a lot.
You know what makes me mad?
Do you want to say what makes you mad?
These freaking Chiefs fans.
We can never stop. We got to stop talking about sports so much, but just hit it quick. Hit it quick.
I know why, or people are mad about us talking about sports all the time, but
it'll calm down after the Super Bowl.
That's true. After the Super Bowl, it's going to calm down.
Yes.
And so I got called a bandwagon Chiefs hater this week by somebody at work.
Bandwagon Chiefs hater?
Yeah, because everybody who's not a Chiefs fan now hates the Chiefs. Like, if you're not overtly a Chiefs fan, you're like, oh, I'm a Chiefs fan. Then I've met a lot of people who hate the Chiefs now.
Yeah.
And so we even had, like, for the AFC Championship, we had a Chiefs hater watch party is what it was. Everybody who wasn't a Chiefs fan came over to my house and watched it. It's funny.
Yeah.
And I met the love of my life. That was crazy. But she doesn't love me, so it's okay. Dang. She was a Cowboys fan.
How could she not love you?
I know.
Oh, man.
Is some girl, and she walks in with one of my friends who's a girl, and then they were like, oh, this is my friend. I was like, okay.
Do you think they're going to listen to the podcast?
No, I don't think so.
If you do, hit Dane up.
Dang it. No. So, what was it? Oh, yeah. So I'm standing there in a Bills jersey trying to root against
You're wearing a Bills jersey?
Yeah, which was super inconvenient.
Did you just buy that?
No, I bought it when DeMar Hamlin almost diid.
Oh, okay.
And then ESPN was praying for him, which was cool.
Okay.
So that's why I bought that. That's the only non-Chiefs or non-Cowboys jersey that I own.
Nice.
So this girl walks in, and then Jake's Body Shop asks her, like, so are you a Chiefs fan? She goes, no, I'm actually more of a Cowboys fan. And my head just turns.
You squeal a little bit.
And everybody looked at me, and I was like, well, I'm a Cowboys fan. She goes, but you're wearing a Bills jersey. I thought you'd be a Bills fan. I was like,
and that's why your boss calls you a player.
No, I said I'm a Chiefs hater. And I was like, I have a Tony Romo jersey, a Dak jersey, a Deion Sanders jersey, a
O.J. Simpson jersey.
No.
The guy that played with Tim Tebow back in the day jersey.
Aaron Hernandez?
Him. Monte Teo, girlfriend
jersey.
Only
Cowboys.
Okay.
I have a Micah Parsons jersey. I have, who else? Who was it? There's one more that I have, and I can't remember who it is, but I don't know. And
you
then,
don't got CD? Nuts?
No, that's the next one I wanted was a CeeDee Lamb jersey. But now that we have a budget, we can't buy it. So here we are. So if you guys want to buy Dane a CeeDee Lamb jersey and mail it to us, do that.
Yeah. And we'll also work on getting you merch as well.
Yeah.
That's happening. I need to get the details now.
Dang it.
Sorry. Keep going.
No, but then it turns out this girl's like talking to some dude, so it's okay. And sad face emoji.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So here we are. People getting sick.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're kind of sick of all that.
Yeah, I'm sick of all that. People keep getting sick. We keep having a bunch of leaders who are sick for our youth ministry and a bunch of coworkers who are all sick too. And then somebody posted on their Facebook that some schools are canceling school because so many people are sick. I'm like, what? That's
all
crazy.
Weak.
Yeah, they're weak.
That's it.
I take vitamin C every night and I haven't gotten sick this year yet.
You're not sick. You're just weak.
Dang it. Samuel said it first.
Oh, that's funny. The only thing that really grinds my gears, at least this week, is AI is still so rough. It's not that good at all. A specific situation where this was the case was this past week. I got some moisture in my watch and I cleaned it out today, but I didn't clean it out very well because there's still moisture in there. You can kind of see it.
Oh, yeah.
The fuzziness. And I was like, how can I maybe fix this without taking off the back? And I asked AI, and they're like, use a hairdryer, blow hot air from the back of the watch with a hairdryer, but don't get it too close. But then right after that, it says what to avoid. Using external heat sources like hairdryers or ovens, as this can cause damage. AI, what? You contradicted yourself back-to-back lines. Use a hairdryer, what to avoid. Hairdryer.
It's probably because
So I used a hairdryer, and it didn't work, so I had to take off the back.
Well, it's probably you could do both.
But it's crazy that it literally went from use a hairdryer to saying avoid hairdryers. So but AI, get your facts straight.
It's just researching all the stuff.
That's all I need. Also, AI, I tried to use AI to make an image for us earlier that I would have posted and be like, hey, what should we talk about on the pod today? And like almost every single time, it spells the words wrong. And I'm like, this shouldn't be difficult.
It spells the words wrong?
Yeah, it adds crazy. Like extra letters like everywhere. And I'm like, I know AI is crazy in the first place that can even create like an image, but I feel like words should be easy.
Yeah, words
especially
should be easy.
When I put it like in quotation marks and like, this is what I want. And then it's like, here's just a bunch of jibber jabber.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I really want to get onto our main segment.
Okay. And enter main segment clip here for Ali Hoopy. Oh, no, we don't have one yet because I tried to use AI to make us a song and it was not working. So that's to be pushed off a little bit longer because I didn't want to play Jonas Brothers this week because we would get sued by them because we're that big. That's why we didn't put in a Jonas Brothers song.
Well, you always got to watch out for the bands that are irrelevant now and need a quick payday because they're the ones who are going to sue.
Yeah. And, you know, once they went and became the Jonas Brothers again, you knew it could be an issue. So that's why we had no intro music for our main segment this week. But Dane, what is our main segment this week?
We're doing a new thing that I've seen on the TikTok. It's called Keep 5, Cut 5. So Samuel's going to give me a blind list of things. He's at one at a time, and he'll say something. We're doing drinks this week. So he'll say like water, and I'm obviously going to cut it. And then I have to place these things in it. I want to keep it forever category or I want to cut it forever category. So, but I won't know what's coming up next. Yep. So I might cut something that's halfway decent and then he'll put like battery acid.
And if you pick the first 5, you won't get the last 5.
Yeah, exactly. If I just am like, oh man, that one's good. And I make all 5 the keeps, then the next 5 are automatically cuts. Yep. So that's how this goes.
And are these drinks that you will drink?
Yes.
Okay.
Drinks the drink forever.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Bring the first one, Samuel.
Okay. With the number one, or not number one pick, but the first one listed, chocolate milk.
Oh man, that's a hard one because it's kind of in the middle. Because I'm just like, yeah, I mess with some chocolate milk, but like, there's probably
this is number one overall. So
there's so many better ones out there. Like chocolate milk's good. It's not great though. And so I'm going to cut milk.
Cut chocolate milk.
Cut chocolate milk.
Okay.
That's the first
on
one
the list. Okay. Number 2, lemonade.
I freaking hate lemonade.
So cut it?
Cut lemonade.
Okay.
I don't hate lemonade. It's just not that great. I would have kept chocolate milk over lemonade.
Okay. Iced tea. It could be sweet tea or unsweet.
I'll keep sweet tea. I like sweet tea. Sweet tea is delicious.
So that's your first one you're keeping.
I drink it usually because I'll buy Milo's sweet tea and instead of like soda and stuff because sweet tea is like, it has a lot of sugar in it, but it doesn't have like all the chemicals and stuff in it. So it's, somewhat better for you and cheaper, way cheaper.
With number 4, root beer.
Keep root beer. I like root beer.
Keeping root beer.
Root beer is good. So back in the day when I used to go parties and stuff, and I still do this somewhat whenever I go to get-togethers, I'll bring a 4-pack of IBC root beer and drink it that way. So that's pretty good stuff. I love me to go to, what's it called? The 4th of July parties, and they have like the barreled root beer, and that's good stuff.
Yep. Okay. Next one will be apple juice.
Ooh.
Keep or cut.
I mess with apple juice.
You're currently 2-2.
I'm keeping apple juice. I love apple juice. That's the first thing I asked for whenever I woke up from my surgery.
Okay, so through your first 5 picks, you have 3, sweet tea, root beer, apple juice, and you've cut chocolate milk and lemonade. Mm-hmm. So the next one, Coca-Cola.
Coke sucks. Cut. Coke is disgusting. You've never heard me say a good thing about Coke. If you said Diet Coke, it would have been a different story.
Well, that was not the option.
Yeah, regular Coke is like motor oil that we've put a little bit of sugar in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the next one is hot chocolate.
Ooh, this is a hard one too.
There's still 4 things left, and you'll need 2.
Yeah, I like hot chocolate. I don't love hot chocolate.
Keep or cut?
Gosh, if Dew's on here, I'm going to be pissed. But I'm going to keep hot chocolate.
Keeping hot chocolate.
Yeah, I like hot chocolate. I don't love it.
Okay.
But no whipped cream, no marshmallows. Just give me the hot chocolate, and I want it to be lukewarm, not piping hot.
Okay.
And I want it to be made with water, not milk.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
That's a hot take.
Okay. So the next one will be, again, you have to pick 1 more keep, 2 more cuts with 3 left. The next one is Glacier Freeze Gatorade.
Brick! I love blue Gatorade. Blue Gatorade's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I wish I cut hot chocolate now.
Do you want to keep or cut Glacier Freeze Gatorade?
Man, I got sweet tea, root beer, apple juice, hot chocolate. Dang it.
And you've cut chocolate milk, lemonade, and Coke.
Yeah, chocolate milk I wish I had back. Because I would probably take chocolate milk over hot chocolate. I guess I'll cut Gatorade.
Okay, Glacier Freeze Gatorade.
Glacier Freeze Gatorade. I like it, though.
Okay.
I like it. Blue Gatorade is the best kind of Gatorade.
Okay. And then the next one with their number 9, you have to pick one to keep and still have to get rid of one as well. Where I'm lost on my list. Where is it?
You're going to say Pop-Tarts?
Yeah. Would you want to drink Pop-Tarts?
Blended Pop-Tarts.
My list is messed up. Orange juice. Sorry.
Brick. Orange juice is pretty good, but I'm cutting orange juice.
Okay.
Because I like apple juice over orange juice, and I already have a juice.
So you have to keep the last one. And the last one is breast milk.
There's no way the last one was breast milk.
So you got rid of chocolate milk, lemonade, Coke, Glacier Freeze, Gatorade, and orange juice, and you kept sweet tea, root beer, apple juice, hot chocolate, and breast milk.
That's unreal. Wow, I really screwed myself.
Which one would you have rather had, fans? Let us know in the polls. Would you have rather had his keep list or cut list?
I mean, the cut list is looking pretty good. I bet they would say the cut list is what they want.
I mean, chocolate milk, lemonade, Coke, Glacier Freeze, Gatorade, and orange juice is pretty nice. But you want that sweet tea, root beer, apple juice, hot chocolate, and breast milk.
Listen, if I had to do it over, I'd trade hot chocolate for chocolate milk, and I trade breast milk for Gatorade.
Oh.
I thought Dew was going to be in there somewhere.
I was going to have Baja Blast, but then you picked too many to keep, and that kind of messed up the list. I had to rig it at the end.
You rigged it. I knew it.
I wanted to have that as number 10, but you picked too many to keep. I didn't think you would keep apple juice and hot chocolate and root beer.
I like apple juice. Apple juice is good.
Yeah, the original list that I was going to read from, and then I changed it midway through before. I changed like twice, but originally it was going to be chocolate milk, lemonade, iced tea, root beer, Mountain Dew, apple juice, Coca-Cola, hot chocolate, Glacier Freeze, Gatorade, and Baja Blast.
Wow.
And then I decided to start making some changes midway through.
I would have probably gotten to the end and had so many keeps that I would have cut Baja Blast, and that would have made me really sad.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to do for you, but then you kept some that really surprised me.
Well,
I got to take it into my own hands when I made this. So.
I like root beer. Root beer is good.
Yeah.
Root beer.
So let us know what you would have preferred, his keep list or cut list. And I'll be down in the polls.
Dang it.
Wow.
Don't worry about it, okay? I'll drink the other 4.
Oh. That's good.
My sweet tea, my root beer at night.
Yeah.
But, that makes me think about getting into a deep dive of the next thing in our podcast, which is called, if you're driving, sit down. If you're walking, go ahead and put it in park, because you might know what it is, because it is Dane's Manifesto. Well, welcome back to Dane's Manifesto.
Part 49.
Part 49, where we manifest things. So we're manifesting abundance this year, probably. No, we don't talk about manifesting, because manifesting is dumb.
No.
So what we are talking about, though,
oh my gosh, I just saw what it was.
Your guys' favorite topic, which is sports.
I'm sorry, everybody who hates sports. It won't be like this for much longer.
So the topic is, how can the Eagles beat the Chiefs? So everybody wants to know, like, what do the Chiefs need to do in order to beat the Eagles need to do to beat the Chiefs?
Eagles. Yeah.
Sorry, I have Bob Last going.
Yeah.
So what the Eagles need to do to beat the Chiefs is they need to play mistake-free football. They cannot turn the ball over. If you turn the ball over, it's wraps. You're not going to be able to beat the Chiefs, because the Chiefs are not going to turn the ball over, and you're giving them extra possessions. And the next thing you need to do is you need to pull a page out of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playbook whenever they beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. You need to get pressure with 4.
Yeah.
Like, you need to have 4 down linemen rushing, and you need to have, 7 sit in coverage. So that way Mahomes can't just pick apart everybody. You need to have Zach Bond, your off-ball linebacker, go with Kelsey everywhere, so Kelsey doesn't just get loose and everything. Your corners need to hold up in coverage. And then after that, what you need to do is you need to control the game. You need to be in control of the game. Like, you need Saquon. Saquon needs 20 plus touches in the game.
Minimum.
Higher than. There is no tomorrow. If he gets hurt, it doesn't matter.
No.
This is the Super Bowl. You
if
save
you die,
him for this.
but you win.
Yeah.
You win.
So he needs, like, honestly, he needs 20 carries, and he needs 5 receptions at least.
And he needs to be motivated. And the whole time that he's running the ball over and over and over, he just needs to remember that he just needs
to beat other people.
Yeah, that's what he needs to remember, okay?
Dang it. That's going to be their advantage, though, is the run game. The teams that the Chiefs have played so far do not have like a A++ run game like the Eagles do. And you need to have a couple designed runs, 2 or 3 design runs for Jalen Hurts, and then you need to play action off of that and get it to A.J. Brown. And then if you can control that, play solid defense, hold up in the secondary, hold them to field goals, not touchdowns, then you can beat the Chiefs. And we all know what's going to happen. There's going to be some tomfoolery out there where the refs are going to somehow be like, I saw him look at him in the wrong way, so then there's a flag. And then they're going to cut to Taylor Swift. But
I was going to say she's going to be one of the refs.
Yeah, she's going to be one of the refs. It's going to be red stripes with white stripes on there. And then she's going to have a ponytail. She's going to be one of the girl officiatings on this crew.
Yep.
And so what you need to do is that, and you need to have, you need to expect Spagnuolo to have an idea of what he wants to do in this game. You need to zag on that too. He's going to have special blitzes dialed up for him. And if you're the Chiefs are probably thinking, hey, we need to contain Saquon and make Jalen Hurts beat us. So you need to be creative, Kellen Moore, in how you're going to call this run game and how you're going to, and how timely your pass game is going to be. Like, I don't know. Things like that. So this is what they need to do in order to beat the Chiefs: is run the ball effectively, get pressure with 4, hold up in the secondary, have Zach Bond float with Kelsey wherever he's going, and then you need to not turn the ball over.
I think so, yeah. Something like that.
Those things, and you too can be Super Bowl champions. And on the side of America, when we say that we don't want the Chiefs anymore. And so what I'm saying is that was Dane's Manifesto. Part 49 of the manifesting.
Part 50 coming at you next week.
Wow, part 50 might be a 50-parter, 50-minute one.
It will be good. Just like... Oh, look at that. We are back again to some voice memos this week. So let's listen to this.
If you want to reach me.
And you know who called me, beat me, if he wanted to reach me? It was Jack Holmgren and a joke with Jack. So let's listen in.
What's the difference between a bad golfer and a bad skydiver? One goes whack and says darn. The other says darn and then goes whack.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
Wow, Jack.
That was elaborate and not funny and ridiculous, and also why I never go skydiving.
Yeah, that's the exact reason. Do you know, I think I've heard somewhere else is the reason skydive places don't have any bad reviews is no one can give them.
Yeah,
if it goes really bad.
Otherwise, it went good.
yeah. It's either they made it down alive or they can't leave a review. So there's not really in between there.
Genius if you think about it.
Okay. We also had some Spotify responses this week from our Executive Orders, episode 109. It looks like Jack Holmgren, go figure, he put Dane's Executive Orders won in a landslide. Samuel, you got it all wrong. There are no parameters. Haven't you seen the crazy Executive Orders recently? They don't follow the rules either. Dane's take on taxes, no more French stuff and sushi. Dadu being free and excommunicating states from being states to now territories has to be the most mature presidential leadership I've seen since Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. Get this man in politics.
Give me the politics.
So many words. And then Lauren, she put me with a French braid in my hair right now.
See? Wow, Lauren, if you were American, you wouldn't be doing these things, but she hates America.
Angela Birdwell put, my prediction for the Cowboys is 9-8 for this coming seation. Congratulations on nephew, baby Shep.
Wow.
Way to go, Chiefs, on the three-peat.
25 hours of labor for Lindsay.
Man. Next up is Nat or Nathaniel or Nathan or Natty Light or whatever else we want to call him, I'm assuming. Dane, anything below 10 is too cold. Batten down the hatches. Me, laughs in Alaskan while currently working outside in tennis shoes at 6. Also, I'll get to work finding a beat to sit woo the foot of. Might be gated since they're all hibernating right now.
What's gay?
I says also... I'll get to work finding a beat to sit woo the foot of. Might be gated since they're all high. I think they meant to put bear.
Oh.
I think he meant to put also I'll get to work finding a bear to sit my foot on. I don't know. Nat, explain yourself. That was a poorly written back end of the voice memo.
Is Nat
Spotify response, I guess.
Is Nat in Alaska?
I mean, according to this.
Is that what he said? Yeah, anything below 10's cold.
Well, they said laughs in Alaskan. I don't know if that means they live in Alaska. They could be in Miami.
Could be in Miami, but you and we live in the deep south. So
that is true. Hey, y'all. Also, Allie Hoopy put, I'll be waiting for next week's drop of some fun and neutral Jonas Brothers Burning Up or Year 3000. Allie, I'm sorry. We were working on it and AI did not come through and we didn't want to get sued by the Joe Bros. Okay.
Samuel said right before the podcast, watch this. I'm going to slander Allie left and right, up and down, cats or dogs.
Well, I'm not going to completely slander her because I did listen to her podcast this week.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty nice, actually.
See?
I don't know how your audio is better than ours, or it appeared to be better, or maybe it's not better. I don't know.
Both.
It sounded good. So let us know what you do so we can be better. Thank you, Allie.
That way you can make TikTok clips for us.
I think she only has the audio part there. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Allie, how old are you? I'm gonna guess 21.
I think you might be right. I feel like she mentioned she's still in college or college aged.
That's crazy.
In her episode. Also, we had an old response from Reiner. And he put on episode 108, he put, fun fact, Samsung manufacturers and supplies the majority of parts that Apple uses for their products. So if you have an iPhone, you're essentially overpaying for an Android with a different name.
I don't care. I'm never going to get an Android ever.
But you're using all the Android parts.
Nope.
Just with a little Apple sticker on it.
It's not an Apple sticker. It's probably a little bit better than an Apple sticker.
Okay. And then finally, we had our poll from last week, which was who had the better executive orders, and with 100% of the vote, Dane.
Let's go.
Everybody agrees. Follow the rules.
What do you mean?
It doesn't matter. It's executive orders. You do whatever you want.
Yeah, you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's what executive orders are. I don't care about democracy. I want this to happen now.
At least this week, I mean, it's only Dane's responses you're voting on, but you'll probably vote on what he didn't want, which is basically me then. So you're voting on me or him because he wants breast milk in his life.
I didn't say that. You did.
It was your 10th pick.
No.
Yeah, or your 5th pick. So I don't know. You could have had apple juice.
Samuel's the one who keeps it on tap here.
Oh, man. Keeps it on tap?
That's weird, Samuel.
No, you just said it. Also, sorry, you did have apple juice. You didn't want Glacier Freeze Gatorade.
Because I thought dew would be next, not breast milk.
Well, it was going to be until you decided to have hot chocolate.
I like hot chocolate.
I'm surprised you picked hot chocolate and apple juice. I should have had some worse things for you not to pick.
Apple juice is delicious.
So that
I'm
way
sorry.
you could have had Baja Blast mixed in with your other milk.
I like apple juice.
Hey, yeah.
Orange juice is good too.
Cuts chocolate milk, keeps breast milk, man. No. What a guy.
Too much milk on there.
Okay. Well, next up is our sponsors of the week. Yes, Jesus Christ of Nazareth is still number one. And Dane, give us a little sermon about him.
I love going from ridiculous crazy to serious crazy.
We're back with our serious part of the podcast with Dane.
And so this week, we're doing something special because you guys are going to help me with my 4th and 5th grade lesson for Monday.
Yeah.
So I wrote it yesterday and I went through it once, practiced it and stuff. So I get to practice it again here with you guys right now.
This will add 40 minutes to the pod?
Pretty much. No, it's only supposed to be like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Or something like that.
I'm timing you. It's 3:06:45, so go.
Whatever. So we're going to go over the rules of Super K, which is respect each other, respect the church's stuff, and respect the leaders. RESPECT.
What does that mean to me?
Exactly. And so then after that, I'm going to stand up there and I'm going to say, all right, kids, so I want to give you guys something, and I'm going to pull out a bag of Oreos, and then not like the sleeves yet. The sleeves are going to be hidden somewhere. And I'm going to say, here's a bag of Oreos, and each of you can have one Oreo, and you are free to eat it right now, or you can wait until after the lesson is over to eat your Oreo. And let me ask you something, or let me tell you something. I believe that it's going to be in your best interest to wait until after the lesson. And so you guys, here's your Oreos. And then now we're going to get into what is called the trials and temptations here in James chapter 1, 2 through 18. And so we're going to start here in verses 2 through 4, which say, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. For you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing." And so I am going to go on and say, hey, when have any of you leaders had any trials in your life? What are examples of trials in your life? And they're going to say different things. And then I'm going to say, hey, have I ever told you guys why I wanted to work with you guys specifically in youth ministry? And they're going to be like, I don't know, Nemo, tell us. And then they call me Nemo. And then I'm going to say, because whenever I was 13 years old, I was diagnosed with a disease called ulcerative colitis, and I was in the hospital. And when I was in the hospital for a month, I was sitting there, laying there and being like, man, I don't know where this goes. Am I going to get better? Am I not? What's going to happen? And what's everybody going to think about me at school? Where does this life go? And I was going to a First United Methodist church at the time, and we would only go like 4 times a year, but the pastor came and visited me in the hospital, and he kept asking me all these questions about the Bible and about Jesus and about my life. And I would say, I don't know. And I'd quote country songs to him because that's all I knew about God, was what I learned about in country music, because my dad never talked to me about Jesus. And so I started thinking about it, and I was like, man, this is really hard, and I don't know where life is going. And then flash forward several years, exactly 13 years to the day, and I'm diagnosed, not to the day, but exactly 13 years, and I'm diagnosed with cancer. And by all accounts, cancer is scarier than ulcerative colitis, but I felt more secure about my life and how things were going to go with cancer than I did with ulcerative colitis. And I'm going to ask the kids, well, what's the difference here? And then they're going to be like, I don't know. And I'm going to say, it's all about whose I was and where this is going. Because at age 20 is when I became a believer, and I started to put my trust in Jesus, and that he went to the cross and paid it all for our sins, paid for our sins with his blood on the cross. And by trusting in that, we get to have eternal life with him in heaven. And so how do I get through trials in general? With wisdom, because I started to learn about Jesus, and I started to learn that he wants a relationship with me. And with that relationship, I started to learn more wisdom of how this life goes and where it is going and what perhaps God wants from me in this life. So that's how you get through trials, is with wisdom. And so then now we're going to read verses 5 through 8 here. And it says, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith with no doubting, for the one who doubts is like a wave of a sea that is driven and tossed by the wind. For that person must not suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. So basically it's saying here, God's saying, like, if you lack wisdom, ask God for wisdom and he will give you wisdom, but you have to do it in faith. You can't just try it this week and then see if it works and then do something different the next week. And in fact, I started to look up what double-minded means. It means unstable, and it comes from a Greek word which means unsteady, wavering in both his character and feelings. And so this is really important because God knows our heart, and God knows, like, hey, are we coming to him just to get something from him, or are we coming to him and asking for wisdom because we actually want wisdom for how to live this life? And so that is the part in James here, James chapter 1, that talks about the trials, and then it gets into temptations. And so we skip down a little bit to verse 12 because the middle part here is talking about boasting and exaltation, and that's pretty big stuff for kids. So I'm going to skip down to verse 12, and it says, "Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial, for when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life, which God has promised to those who love him." So what this is saying is you will go, or like you're going to have trials in this life, and if you are steadfast under trial and you stand the test, you will receive the crown of life, which is you get to go to heaven and spend eternity in paradise. And in heaven, there will be rewards other than that in heaven. However, like the ultimate reward is just having right relationship with God again. And that's going to be so cool. And so now we're going to read 13 through 15. And it says, let no one say when he is tempted, I am being tempted by God, for God cannot be tempted with evil, and he himself tempts no one. Each person is tempted when he is lured and enticed by his own desire. Then desire, when it is conceived, gives birth to sin, and when sin is full grown, brings forth death. And so this is really interesting because it's talking about being tempted. God doesn't tempt us. God isn't the one who is like, hey, you know, what would be great is if you just went out and sinned and experienced death in that way. God doesn't desire that for your life. What God desires, actually, he gives us good and perfect gifts, not any temptations that is beyond what we can stand in our life. And so then I'm going to go to 1 Corinthians 10 and read in verse 13. I thought about this whenever I was thinking about what I want to put. And 1 Corinthians 10:13 says, "No temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability. But with the temptation, he will also provide a way to escape so that you may be able to endure it." So this is important here because it basically is talking about how, like, there will be temptations in his life, but God's giving you a way out, and he wants you to learn how to avoid those temptations, not just be delivered from them. Because if you are constantly seeking God to just deliver us from something, you're just going to rely on him for the stuff that he gives us. And yes, there are times when God needs to flat out deliver us from it, but like a loving parent, God teaches us how to avoid those situations in the first place, because he is a way that is right, and the way that is right is listed out in the Bible. And I get to that here in a little bit. But now we're going to read 16 through 18. It says, "Do not be deceived, my brothers. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. Of his own will he brought us forth by the word of truth, that we should be a kind of first fruits of his creatures." And so this is really important stuff, because it talks about how Satan wants us to be deceived into thinking that God's keeping good things from us, but he's actually giving us exactly what we need. He's giving us good gifts, and what we have are good gifts. And then I start to think about a lot of times, man, I really wish I was married. And then the kids will be like, what, blah, blah, and they'll probably get distracted on that part, honestly.
Yeah, keep them focused.
Yeah, keep them focused. Stay focused, kids. I'll be like, no, I would like to be married, but it's really good right now that I'm not married. Why is that? Because on a Wednesday night or on a day like today when I can go and talk to the kids, I don't have to check with anybody to be like, hey, is it okay if I go tell the kids about Jesus? Or is this going to be like a hard day, like for us to work that into our schedule? Or maybe we have kids and I'm going to miss like tucking them in at night because I'm teaching other people's kids about Jesus. And then it just gets to be kind of confusing. And I will go on to say, now ask each of your leaders here, like whenever you break out with them, I'm sure they would would all say that they would appreciate more time with their spouse. And so when it comes to signing up for things like this oftentimes can keep them from having time with their spouse and maybe their kids one day. And so, unlike that, I'm in a season of life where I don't have to worry about that. Nobody cares whenever I get home at 9 o'clock on Wednesdays, and in a good way, not in a like a woe is me way, but in a good way. I don't have to answer for that, which is really cool. And so,
coming in here really quick.
Yeah,
I've been listening to a ton of JP Pickleball becoming something lately.
Oh yeah,
his podcast, because with the kind of work I've been doing recently, accounting wise, it's been some work where I don't have to like think as much, so I can focus on podcasts. And I've been going through tons of old episodes. Like I've cranked up probably 30 to 50 episodes in the past like month.
That's crazy.
And it's like a lot of them from like 2020s. So it's kind of fun to listen to like the COVID stuff. But one of the episodes they were talking about like the gift of singleness. And everybody's like, oh, it's not a gift. I want to return it or whatever else.
Can I return it?
And then JP Pickleball is I can tell you without a like 100% certainty whether you have the gift of singleness.
Right.
And he's like, did you wake up today single?
Yeah.
And they're like, yes. Well, you have the gift of singleness. Does that mean you'll have it tomorrow? No. But at this point in time, you have the gift of singleness. You're able to do that ministry, stay out later, do whatever to try to build the kingdom.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you won't have the gift of singleness forever. But at least at this point in time, if you're not married, you have the gift of singleness. So sometimes he's kind of wise.
Yeah.
Which is why I bought his newest book again. I didn't pre-order it, but I bought it the day it was released because he sent a lot of texts. It's like, this is only one opportunity to buy the day off. I'm like, JP, you got me. So
your story has a villain is what it's
I've
called.
read the intro. I've not read the first chapter yet, but I've only had it like 4 days.
And it's crazy.
Yeah. So
yes,
sorry.
Singleness is a gift. It gives you like time to go do ministry that married people sometimes can't do. And it even talks about, I think Paul talks about it in 1 Corinthians, that like you can be married and you're not in sin, but he's talking about how your not desires, but your attention in this life is basically divided between your household and the affairs of the world. And so it's like hard to straddle that line and like do both whenever you're married. But when you're single, you can go do all these things that are really cool. You can, JP tells a story where he has a friend who's been single for, I think, his whole entire life. And when there was an earthquake in Haiti one time, he just picked up and left.
Like immediately.
Yeah.
It's like, where are you going? It's like, I don't know.
Where do they need me? Yeah, where do they need me? And it's like, that's crazy. You can't really do that when you're married. You have to worry about soccer practice.
So would it be good? Like, hey, I'm leaving right now to go to Haiti, but Timmy has a recital. That's why I'm leaving. I don't want to go.
Dang it. And so at the end of it, I'm going to ask the kids, I'm going to be like, okay, who still has their Oreo? And then I'm going to ask them, the ones who haven't eaten the Oreo, to raise it up and then come up front. And I'm going to say, remember how I told you guys that it would go well for you if you didn't eat your Oreo? In fact, here's 2 more Oreos. So you guys get 3 Oreos now if you didn't eat your Oreo for that entire lesson. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to say, likewise, in life, there's going to be a really cool, or not really cool, but a really challenging thing that goes on where you're going to have a decision to make and you're not going to know exactly the right answer. And both answers aren't going to be sin. Like you can walk into something and it's not sin, but maybe it's not God's best for you. Mm-hmm. And so how do we find out what God's best is for us? We read his word. We study his scriptures. We get in community with older, wiser people or our peers, and we kind of do life together with them. We, we pray to God and ask him to give us wisdom. And also, I'll explain the difference about how, we are free. Yeah, we'll be free to do stuff, but some things will go better for us. We need to trust him and remain steadfast. And it'll be like this, where you get in the word every day, and then you grow in your wisdom and you grow in what you understand that God wants for your life. And it's kind of like running a marathon where you don't have to run every day, but it's going to go better for you if you do run every day to eventually lead up to running that marathon. So read your Bible, kids, and love Jesus, kids.
And if you want us to make a new podcast of Dane just doing his sermons each week, maybe we can do that too. I don't know.
That'd be crazy.
I mean, your verse of the week,
it's getting longer and longer.
I look later when I'm like editing this and you just see my voice bar and it's just like nothing. One little dot, nothing. I'm like, well, Dane did his sermon. It was very good, but got a little lanky, but in a good way. So if you want a separate thing where a separate podcast where we just do his lesson of the week and then we have the normal verse of the week. Maybe we could do that. I don't know.
Dane's lesson of the week.
I don't know. It could be a random thought. And I edit and produce it.
You guys write in whatever you want.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
If you like it how it is, let us know. It was just a random thought because I didn't say a lot there, but it just popped in my head. So,
write in whatever you guys are thinking.
Yeah, anything. Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. Send in those comments on the podcast on Spotify. Leave us those voice memos on Instagram. Leave us the written reviews on Apple if you have ideas. Anything will be cool. But something else that's pretty cool is our number 2 sponsors of the week, Jake Trust in Art, who's been going off lately
with art.
Jake's Body Shop,
who bought a house,
and Reverend Banks, who's almost married,
who bought a wife.
I mean, sorta
bought a ring, put it on her
finger. Is able to transport her to Oregon.
Yeah, and then he's going to take her to Oregon.
That was the main goal. So
portable.
Yeah. And the number 3 sponsor of the week, let's say together, is
Shepherd Thomas Reed.
Wow. Not Adolf. He's killing it out there. He's like what?
He's a week old today.
7 days old?
Yeah, he's 7 days old today.
What a time to be alive.
He pooped in his diaper when I was on FaceTime.
Shout out Shepherd. Keep it up.
She said that he annihilated his diaper.
Keep blowing it out every single day. Let's make a big mess for your parents.
That's crazy. Yeah, make a mess for Lindsay and the parents.
Yeah, so that is our number 3 sponsor of the week. And now it's time for some final thoughts, you know.
Daniel got peed on.
I mean, that's the final thought.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else there? Or did he clean up or is it still there?
I don't know. He's peed on a bunch of stuff is what Lindsay said.
I feel like he was kind of laughing. I feel like, oh, look at that. That's my boy. He did it.
I don't know. Like he would laugh.
That's crazy. But also something else that is crazy is people who want to make clips for us. There's not a lot of you, but if you want to do it, let us know and we can work something out where you make us clips and that's what you do. You make us clips. Something else, Friday Pickleball. Use the code Samuel14434 if you want $5 off your order of 2 paddles. They are very solid paddles, and they also give me some kickback if you use that code. And also, Dane is still doing ministry, obviously.
Money.
And if you want to click that link in the bio and help provide for some of the back end of his funding, do that. And also let him know via Instagram or the Until Next Week podcast. Let them know via Instagram so that way they can track it properly at Dane's job. Besides that, keep telling your friends if you enjoy this podcast, because if you're listening right now, you either lost a bet or you enjoy this. So keep telling your friends if you enjoy the podcast, post about it, etc. And then also just leave us 5 stars if you have not. Leave us those voice memos. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And thank you again for listening to episode 110 of the Until Next Week podcast.
I think you should have a baby.